Welcome to MTG Anarchy, where we take a look into the world of Magic the Gathering and stir up a little bit of chaos. My name's Michael, and it's great to see you here. Now, today we are going to be doing another ranking video. Today we are going to be focusing on what is in the thumbnails, which is the Omens. Now, the Omens are a new-ish sort of enchantment that came with Theros Beyond Death. Honestly, they are really good types of enchantments that do flash in and do the things that you would expect them to do, if not more. But before we actually go ahead and do the ranking of my top 5, or the specific ranking of these Omens, if you actually do like content like this, go ahead and let me know by actually subscribing to the channel, ringing the bell notification, just to go ahead and say, hey, look, if you want to keep up on things such as this, then let me know. But with that said, let's just go ahead and jump right into my ranking of what is the worst Omens and what are the best. So first off, when looking into these Omens, I had to go ahead and look in, okay, how am I going to go ahead and use these Omens? What's going to see very powerful magic? What's not going to be as powerful? And when I took a look into it, the fifth one and the fourth one kind of were a little bit of a toss-up at which one was worse, but I had to go ahead and make a decision on number 5. And number 5, to me, which is the worst of the Omen set, would have to be Omen of the Forge. Now, Omen of the Forge, you pay 2, a 1 in red, it's an enchantment, you can flash it in. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target, and if you pay 2 in red, you can sacrifice it to scry 2. Honestly, the damage in itself is not bad. It's not a bad mechanic, and it entering isn't bad either. But when it comes down to what this can really do in comparison to the other, to me, this feels like it is the weakest. Because honestly, you are only pinging for 2 damage, and to any target, which is a fair comparison, so you can do it to planeswalkers, players, creatures, that sort of thing. But I don't believe it does enough. So honestly, to me, this one is on the 5th. Out of the 5, this is number 5. All right. The next one we are going to go ahead and take a look into, number 4. And like I said, this was a harder choice to see which of these two were kind of better or worse. But number 4 I felt was a little bit more powerful. It does a little bit more. It is Omen of the Sun. Now, Omen of the Sun, you pay 3, or you cast it for 3, 2 colorless and white. It's an enchantment that has flash. And when it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, and you gain 2 life. And then again, just like with all the other Omens, we're going to pay 2 and a white, or the specific color, depending on the Omen, and you're going to sacrifice it to scry 2. Honestly, I love how with all the Omens, they do have the scry 2 ability, which is very, very helpful in determining what you can play or what you should play, especially at the end of your opponent's step. So you flash this in, you pay that sacrifice, scry it, or if this is on the battlefield, use it in devotion decks. Honestly, this is not a bad card. Or none of the Omens are a bad card for this ability, which is why they're all pretty playable. But I feel like this is number 4 on the list because, yes, you do create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens, and you do gain 2 life, but I feel like with the other Omens, this comes at 4th because you're only going to create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, and you're only going to go ahead and gain that life once. In comparison, the other 3 that are ahead of this, I feel are a little bit more powerful, getting you a little bit more power. And honestly, yes, having 2 1/1 blockers is great, and getting 2 life is great, but I feel like this is better than Omen. This is better than this Omen, but I feel like it doesn't compare to the top 3. So number 4, in my opinion, is Omen of the Sun. All right, so top 3. The third best Omen that I feel is very, very strong, that in types of playability wise, as well as other things, honestly, it would have to be Omen of the Dead. You pay a swamp. It's an enchantment with flash. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and you pay 2 and a color, or 2 colorless and a black, sacrifice it, scry 2. honestly, the reason why I chose this one over Omen of the Sun was because of the fact that you can really get any creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So that will also hit enchantment creatures as well. So let's say your Timurit is gone for your mono black builds, right? And it's in the graveyard. All you have to do is pay one, and you return that to your hand. And then you pay 2 for Timurit, and honestly, it's not bad. So you have 3 devotion, and honestly, to me, just that cost of 1 makes this a lot more powerful than Omen of the Sun or even Omen of the Forge. And honestly, this is why this is at number 3. Number 2, in my opinion, when it comes to the Omen cycle. And again, looking at number 2 and number 1, honestly, this deserves to be at number 2 because of what it does. And that is going to be Omen of the Hunt. For 2 colorless and a green, you can flash this in. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library and you pay 2 colorless and a green, sacrifice this, scry 2. Honestly, the reason why this is at number 2 is because it helps with mana fixing. And you can flash this in at the end of your opponent's turn to get a land in tap. So if you need that color fixing, honestly, it's going to do it. And honestly, the reason why this is that powerful is because of the fact that it's going to get you any basic land. So it does help out in the long run rather than short term. So to me, this is why this is at number 2. But my top pick, and again, I think with everybody else's, this is their top pick, is, and I think this is everybody else's top pick, but we'll see. Just let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Omen of the Sea. It's 1 colorless and a blue. It has flash. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 2, then draw a card, and then for 2 colorless and a blue, sacrifice it, scry 2. This is powerful. And the reason why this is powerful is because of the scry 2 and draw ability. The most powerful thing in Magic is drawing things. Taking a look at what you're going to get ahead of time and then drawing that thing that you need, that is why this is very, very powerful. But honestly, for me, this is why this is at my top 1. This is my number 1 pick, is because of the fact you're scrying 2. You're looking at the top 2 of your library. You are going to go ahead and make sure, is this something that I need? If it is, I'm going to keep it up there and I'm going to draw. So you can play this at the end of your opponent's turn, scry 2, draw, and then draw the other card that you need. Or if you don't need either or, you just picked up what you need for 2. Honestly, this is that powerful of a card. And if you're not paying this or playing this in any sort of mono blue deck or mono blue or blue devotion deck or anything with blue in it, why aren't you? To me, this is my number 1 pick, and I hope it's yours. But with that said, this is the end of the video. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that you agree with me on my list? Do you guys think that one card should be better than the other? What do you guys think? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Also, if you feel like this has helped you in any way or you like this video, go ahead and like it. And also share it to those who actually need this sort of outlook. Because again, I want to make sure everybody has that chance and is able to go ahead and say, you know what this is. Again, these are my top picks. Are number 1, Omen of the Sea, 2, Omen of the Hunt, 3, Omen of the Dead, 4, Omen of the Sun, and 5, Omen of the Forge. But again, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is Michael from MTG Anarchy, and I hope I've thrown in a little bit of chaos to your day. Take it easy.